Yeah, hi there. These comments are for SK, and I'm looking at the email that you sent me right now. You say, I am one of your 7-step TOEFL students. I have a problem using the past perfect progressive and the future perfect progressive tenses in active and passive forms while writing the independent essay. Sometimes while writing the essay, I'm not able to give elaborated reasons and examples. How would I improve? I've gone through your lessons in the writing session. Thanks. Well, you got to be the first person who's ever asked me about using the past perfect progressive and future perfect progressive tenses in both active and passive forms. Wow. Now here's my advice. The passive voice for independent writing for the TOEFL exam, I'm going to say probably better to avoid using that verb tense. That's a little bit complicated, and it's an indirect or a longer way to say it. So as I answer your question, I'm going to focus on the active voice with these two verb tenses. Okay, so let's take a look at the past perfect progressive verb tense first. So this verb tense places focus on the duration of an activity that was happening before another event or time in the past. Okay, so here's the timeline. We have two different actions in the past, right? The first action is at 3:30. The second one is at 5:30. These are both actions happening in the past. So then we could say this. My friend finally came at 5:30 p.m. I had been waiting for him since 3:30. You see what we're saying? So when I'm using the past perfect progressive here, it means that I started waiting for my friend at 3:30, and then I waited for him all the time until he came at 5:30. So that is what I'm trying to show with that verb tense. Moreover, the past perfect progressive verb tense may refer to an activity in progress close in time to another activity or time in the past. So how does that work? So look at the time frame again. We have two different actions in the past. So I could say this. Let me change this word here. So when Kent got home, her nails were still, change this to wet. So when Kent got home, her nails were still wet because she had been painting them. So in this case, we're talking about an action which is in progress and close to another action in the past. So she started painting her nails, right? And during that time, Kent got home. So that's kind of what we're trying to show there. The future perfect progressive verb tense. The future perfect progressive tense places emphasis on the duration of an activity that will be in progress before another time or event in the future. So it's kind of similar to the past perfect progressive, except we have to go beyond the present time. So here's the sentence to illustrate this. I am so tired I will go to bed at 10 p.m., but Larry will not get home until midnight. In fact, I will have been sleeping for 2 hours by the time Larry gets home. So in this case, I start sleeping, right? And then 2 hours later, Larry gets home. So during that time of before he gets there, I will have been sleeping all of that time. So that's kind of how the future perfect progressive verb tense